Excuse me, madam. Yes,
जी,
yes. Now you're audible.
यस सर। तो मैं आदरणीय विनोद कुमार सिंह भदौरिया जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप सर के लिए कुछ शब्द कहें।
Thank you, Dr. Devashish.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good
All
morning.
right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all on Gurkul Pacific. Today's session on understanding tourism product formulation for sustainable entrepreneurship. We are esteemed to have, we are honored to have an esteemed guest, Dr. Devashish, Associate Professor, Amity, Kolkata. As we all know, tourism is one that just travel. It's an experience, a story, and a powerful driver on economic and social growth in today's ever evolving global landscape. The challenge lies not just in creating tourism products, but in designing them responsibly products that respect local cultures, preserve the environment, and bring along them volume value to communication to communities. Let us take this opportunity to share, and grow together as we step forward, building a more sustainable future in tourism. Thank you, and once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. I shall thanks to our guest, Dr. Devashish, who has spared his valuable time for us. Now I shall request Dr. Devashish to please proceed over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this great platform. This Pacific. First of all, I would be thankful to this Pacific Gurukul for providing me with this great opportunity, Dr. Mehendi, and my learned audience. So, thank you all for providing me with this great platform. So, may I start my presentation over here? So, let me upload my presentation. So, may I start my presentation?
श्योर
Is
सर।
it okay? So, today's topic is understanding tourism product formulation for sustainable entrepreneurship. Now, before starting, better to discuss about product and then tourism product, and obviously this sustainable entrepreneurship that is nowadays much more important. So we know about this term product. Product is anything that we offer for certain uses. Product must have certain say utility, and we usually exchange I mean we usually exchange products uh, and in exchange for money usually we offer it. Now, what do you mean by this tourism product? So far as this tourism product is concerned, uh, so it's a combination of goods and services, or goods, services, and facilities demanded by tourists during travel to and stay at a destination, including natural, cultural, and man-made attractions and facilities such as hotels, transport, and ancillary services. So these products provide tourists with an experience. Here, uh, the term experience is written in bold, and there is a reason behind, because nowadays we are moving towards this experience. Basically, when we sell off service products, or more specifically, products in the field of tourism and hospitality, we usually consider this term experience, and we better understand nowadays, say from say memorable experience, authentic experience to uh, say our say so different type of experiences nowadays coming to life. So how can we offer? How can we enrich the experience? So it is written. So with an experience that is varied from the physical, psychological, and the most recently discussed technological satisfaction. The another important term that we should incorporate in our studies while we are discussing about tourism products. So technological satisfactions they receive during their journey. And now from out of this concept of tourism product, uh, while understanding tourism product formulation for sustainable entrepreneurship, it involves developing tourism offerings that not only meet market demand but also promote environmental, cultural, and economic sustainability. Then, while focusing on various types to various sub themes of a specific type of tourism, then we keep in mind, when a destination planner, or what we say DMO, like destination management organizations, or this destination marketing organization in certain cases, when we discuss about them, then basically they consider attraction features more than anything else. We know that in our country, basically, DMOs are the state tourism organizations, we can say. They are playing an catalytic role. So they are given a huge responsibility. They are the planners basically, and they decide on even public-private participations also in the field of tourism and hospitality with regard to a destination. That's why, so far as a tourism planner's perspective is concerned, here we consider these cultural destinations, religious destinations, hill stations, sea beaches, national park sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves, then geo morphological or health or such other different types of destinations. And basically, in our country, most of the DMOs they focus on different attraction features and how to promote. And in tourism planning, basically they decide on the types and forms of tourism to be offered. Why? Because based on these types and forms, ultimately we decide other facilities and services required, or the types of tourists to be invited. So the primary thing is to consider the quality attraction features. And so far as DMOs are concerned, they are primarily focusing on different attraction features as a destination planner. It's not that only attractions, there are many other facilities and services, and they decide on participations and consultations of different other private and public proponents. But we find usually, destination planners focus more on destinations. And what do you mean by a destination? Set of attraction features at nascent stage, we can say. So this is what is going on, and this is how we have to perceive this. And as far as industry proponents are concerned, more specifically travel agents and tour operators are concerned, they, I mean, here we consider 5 A's. We know about these 5 A's, like say activities, amenities, accessibilities, ancillary services, and last but not the least, it is attractions. So as I say, that attractions are very important to the DMOs, whereas we find even activities are important to the destination. I mean, adventure tour operators, whereas say amenities are important for leisure tour operators. So it's not that only with attractions every time we stick to that. There are many other facilities and services we consider, and based on our intention as a planner, based on on the intention of the experts, we consider which one to promote more than others. So these A's are apparently we try to remember like 5 A's or 7 A's. So this is how we try to remember. But if you think over it, you will get many, solutions to many problems. Um, and this is how we need to perceive this issue. So far as our um, say tour package, products are concerned, then it is say for the destination planners prepare destinations attract to prepare for destination attractions. Basically, here emphasis is on formulation of USP, unique selling propositions. And when we just think about this unique selling proposition, because each and every destination has to be offered with the help of a unique selling proposition. Say, for example, Rajasthan, its unique selling proposition is different from that of West Bengal, or a unique selling proposition of Kerala tourism. It is different from that of Rajasthan. So, considering the geography or the attraction features, we need to consider um, these unique selling propositions. The moment we say it is unique selling proposition, we are in the field of marketing. So basically, here, say places to be offered in line with the marketing theories, and that is very very important in this product formulation. However, we are starting with the steps. Here, the first step is choose a central theme or title. While formulating destination USP, then we have to keep in mind the minimum words that are very very catchy, interesting to the tourists, and explanatory in nature. These words are to be explanatory in nature. For example, God's own about Kerala, or maybe Kohinoor, uh, maybe the heart of India. So this type of words usually we find, and in line with the Incredible India campaign in our country, I think students and even those are in this field of tourism and hospitality, they have heard about this Incredible India campaign. So, so far as this Incredible India campaign is concerned, here we find say accurate use of these marketing or say product formulations, and say product mix formulation at first, and thereafter so many marketing issues and theoretical issues rather, and challenges have been incorporated. However, we are starting with a very interesting catchy title. Okay, so the point one over here is choose a central theme or title, maybe destination attractions in Indian tourism. So far as India is concerned, it is not destination attractions in Indian tourism. We have chosen this word accurately, Incredible India. Or for Malaysia, it is Malaysia Truly Asia. So it's like that. So choose a central theme and thereafter identify main categories of attraction. Sorry. So choose main categories of attraction. So what are the attraction features available for which the place is known, that we need to identify. That I mean, we can conduct surveys also. For example, when I think about Rajasthan, what are the points coming in my mind? I am from Bengal, but what are the points coming in my mind when I think about Rajasthan? I think about so many forts. I think about camels that is usually not found in Bengal. I think about Thor desert that is also not found in Bengal. Okay, maybe then culture of Rajputana. Okay, so it's like that, Mewar. So all these things are coming in my mind. So this delicacy is coming in my mind. Okay, uh, maybe But what about say Bengal? When I just think about Bengal, certain other things are coming in my mind. So the points that it's not only for you or me, it's for can find out keywords, and based on these keywords or key attraction features, maybe cultural, maybe natural, maybe religious, maybe adventurous, maybe medical, or maybe certain urban city centric whatsoever. So this is how we can formulate unique selling propositions. For example, another example, when we think about Varanasi, the points in our mind is obviously are obviously different. So third point, as I share, third point um, say add examples under each category, and these examples, as I share, these examples that is it right side. So far as countries of India is concerned, religious and spiritual, certain destinations are written. Adventure and wildlife, some other destinations are written. Obviously, national park sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, or maybe community reserves, or maybe with peculiar or certain distinctive geological characteristic features. And thereafter, say medical or wellness. So this is how we have to categorize different attraction features. Moreover, third point, so based on the attraction features available for each destination, you can formulate a marketing, better say, product mix. We can use this term, product mix. We can prepare, and in this product mix, for example, different categories like cultural and heritage, natural and ecological, religious and spiritual, adventure and wildlife, maybe
सर आप पॉज हैं हेलो हेलो डिस्कनेक्ट अगेन ओके सर आप एक बार फिर से लिंक पे क्लिक करिए तो मैं आपको ऐड टू स्टेज करती हूँ सर इज देयर एनी इशू नहीं उनका नहीं सर वो सर के सॉरी व्यूअर्स, कुछ नेटवर्क और कनेक्टिविटी इश्यूज से कुछ देर के लिए सर की जो कनेक्टिविटी है वो इंटरप्ट हुई है। थोड़ी देर में वो फिर से हमें ज्वाइन करेंगे। और जैसा कि आप देख रहे थे कि वो सस्टेनेबल टूरिज्म के बारे में हमें काफ़ी अच्छे से ब्रीफ कर रहे हैं। सो वेलकम अगेन सर।
Yes, yes, yes.
ओके,
Sorry, I got disconnected.
नो इशू सर, नो इशू, नॉट एट ऑल। कंटिन्यू सर।
Yes, yes. So, is the screen visible, madam?
यस सर।
Okay. So, I was just discussing about the steps to prepare uh, for destination attractions. Here we consider uh, a central theme and thereafter say main categories of attractions. Each and every destination has typical attraction features. So the prime attraction features we need to keep in mind, and as per the marketing, uh, I mean, in line with the marketing theories, we need to focus on different marketing, different product lines, length, and depth, and this is how we need to formulate um, uh, USP. So I was basically discussing about unique selling propositions, how to prepare unique selling propositions for a destination. So third point over here uh, is to add more examples under each category. More examples you add. For example, I have in my destination, say West Bengal, we have the cultural attraction features available. Now, what are the essential cultural attraction features available for which Bengal is known? On the other hand, what are the essential cultural features available for Rajasthan? Two are not the same, and this is how we can separately position destination products. Thereafter, we need to prepare a diagram. As I said, a diagram may be like a diagram for product mix, and in each mix, how many different product lines are there. So, what can be called this product line? Maybe product line one is this culture and heritage. Product line two may be natural and ecological. Line three may be religious and spiritual. Four is adventure and wildlife. Five is medical and wellness. So this is how we can have five, six, or even seven different types of product lines. Here we have mentioned category. So category means category of attraction features, and in line with these marketing theories, these categories to be considered as say product mix. So this is how we can consider. In fact, when we go through our Incredible India campaign, in India, we know that this campaign was launched in 2002. Since then, it is very, very important, and even all states are also getting connected in line with these promotional efforts forward by the central government. All the states and union territories are working and getting promoted. So this is how we need to think about when we think about this product. Unique selling propositions for destination products. Now, as I share that in our country, specifically in our country, DMOs are very important. What these DMOs are about? DMOs are destination management organizations. In our country, uh, an example of DMO I can say maybe an individual state tourism organization like your RTDC, Rajasthan Tourism Development Corporations, or maybe here as a West Bengal Tourism Development Corporations. So they are playing this catalytic role. So they are usually involved in planning, but they don't have adequate fund available. That's why they want private sector's participation. In certain cases, they want PPP model also, private public participations. But so far as product formulation is concerned, Obviously, these DMOs usually decide which product to promote, or which type of tourism to be promoted, or what are the essential types of tourism to be promoted. So types of tourism are none other than separate product lines that we consider. Okay, so here basically, as mentioned, that they used to conduct a resource audit that should be valuable, relative uniqueness, and then um, unimitability. And thereafter, say for these effective destinations management, as we know that they are the the competent authority, so they consider more on this attractive environment. So I started my discussion with this attractive environment or attraction features. Then say profitable industry. So anything that we put forward has to be profitable so far as any business or venture is concerned. Then these positive visitor experiences. We should focus on experiences when we are designing or thinking about tourism product, because basically in tourism and hospitality management, people buy experiences. They pay for experience. They don't pay for say for tangible products. So they are buying intangible products. That's why we have to keep in mind these things. And I would also like to share that all tourism products are not need based. Remember, in marketing theory, typically we consider identification of needs. Sorry, but this need is not essential for tourism. Then what are the replaceable terms that we use other than this need? We use interest. I think some of you have heard about this special interest tourism. Why this special interest tourism? Because other than need, people travel for interests, maybe certain peculiar interest. For example, stargazing. In Bengal, we have heard about stargazing in Thought Desert, but we have not experienced that. Usually, camels are not found in Bengal. And just think about Thought Desert, it is also not available over here. But yes, we should be thankful to our Satyajit Ray who promoted Rajasthan. And since the very early stage of our childhood, we, I mean, experienced Rajasthan virtually. So in each and every movie, in his each and every movie, we found, Rajasthan. However, so coming back to this point, because time is limited over here, so basically, DMOs, they are considering this resource audit. I mean, through this resource representing sources of competitive advantages, and then effective destinations management, in which we consider these points. That means this attractive environment, profitable industry, positive visitor experiences, ongoing investment in new product development, sustainable community, supportive host community, and ease of access. And from out of these DMOs are playing an important role so far as internal environment is concerned, say efficient use of internal resources and appropriateness of DMO activities. And external also. External means that we can't control fully. So this effectiveness of activities to achieve a leadership market position. So usually they go for this marketing strategy. This is how they proceed. But here we are not focusing on typical market research and other technical activities. Rather, I want to make this session quite interesting. Um, just uh, say after product formulation and USP formulation, we should keep in mind these key components in tourism product formulation for sustainable entrepreneurship. Because product formulation we have discussed, tourism product to product formulations, and even USP formulation till USP formulation I have discussed. Now certain inputs we need to add while we are discussing about key components. So when we consider attraction features, when we consider attraction features, um, what are the points to be taken into consideration? Use local, eco-friendly, and culturally respectful sites. That means our orientation to make our attractions or to promote attractions sustainably, we need to consider local products, uh, eco-friendly products, and we should promote such products or such type of tourism that are non-consumptive, ecologically and uh, ecologically sustainable and responsible in nature. And thereafter, so far as activities are concerned, here we can consider they promote low impact. That means activity of tourists that doesn't create more impact on environment and ecology. So high impact tourism, even if in certain cases experiential, may not be a good option when it creates high impact, adverse impact more specifically among local communities or in a local environment. Thereafter, say accommodation. When we think about accommodation, to make or to promote sustainability while offering accommodation, we can think about say green building, energy saving devices, and local employments. Local employment. This is how we can make um, or we can offer accommodations um, uh, with certain sustainable principles, and thereafter say transportations. So when we offer transportation, we if we keep in mind say low emission options, maybe CNG, use of CNGs, or maybe full utilizations of public transportation. Nowadays, even developed countries are also thinking about it. So eco-friendly transport systems as far as possible we need to offer. And last but not the least, say hospitality services. Use local food. Local food in certain cases promote organic food. Locally available materials for even hygiene, sanitations, impact these say minimal waste practices. That means these minimal waste practices, as you know, even when we consider say various facilities and services we usually offer in hotels. So this is how we need to incorporate sustainable principles, or you can say sustainable values, or you can say even green values that you can incorporate while we are offering different components. Okay, then say steps while formulating a sustainable tourism product. What are the steps while formulating sustainable tourism products? We need to start from this market research, as I say, because through research, relevant information we can get, and with community engagement. Now, these terms are very important: involvement, engagement, attachment. These are very important. But here we consider community engagement, not engagement of tourists. Either side available, but here we say community engagement. That means how to engage communities, marginal section maybe, and this is how say alternative uses that we should promote. Giving you a very interesting example, in our Darjeeling and Kalimpong area of West Bengal, nowadays people are opting homestays more than hotels. I mean these westernized hotels, okay, or hotels with westernized amenities and facilities. So they are opting. Why? Because they get individual attention, customized facility, and at the same time, if we are opting homestays, it implies that local people gets benefited. So this is how we are cooperating or say helping the local communities. So it's a perception of the tourist, and that's why they are increasingly interested to opt. So that's why, say, market research and community engagement is the first point. Then resource assessment. Resource assessment. Here we need to assess resources because resources are limited, always limited, scarceable, and its better utilization is required. So evaluate natural, cultural, and human resources available. Then determine what can be offered without over exploitation. As I said, that resources, the concept of resource is limited now. So previously we used to think that resources are unlimited, but it's not. Practically, it's not. Nowadays, each and every resource is limited. Even natural resources are also limited, and it has its own carrying capacity level. After which resource gets contaminated, or the um, uh, quality of the essential features of that particular resources lost. Third point that we can consider over here is design the tourism experience. As I say, that basically while we are selling tourism products or formulating tourism products or selling, we need to consider this term experience. And nowadays, perhaps you have heard about immersive experience, authentic experience, memorable experience. So such type of experiences when we are offering a destination, basically we are offering experience. People usually travel for experience. Okay, experience, interest, motive, feelings, happiness. Nowadays, these terms are being used interchangeably while we are formulating tourism products. However, now come back to this PPT, and the fourth point is implement sustainable practices. So, how to do that? Previously, we used to say that sustainable practices to the fullest extent uh, was impossible, but now it's not. To the maximum possible extent, we need to offer sustainably, and while we are offering accommodations or offering attractions, so more and more use of sustainable products and services nowadays we find very common, and tourists they usually admire all such efforts. Problem is that not cost effective that much, and that's why even if we expect, we want feasible solution, in certain cases we don't get. That we need to find out, and if we are able to find out feasible solution through research, then it is quite applicable. Then this monitor and improve. So um, if I mean once sustainable product formulation is done, we need to track environmental and social impact of that product or package that we offer. So this is how, these are the steps we usually consider while formulating sustainable tourism products. Thereafter, say advanced destination attraction marketing framework. My learned audience, it is uh, my request that as per the title, we are focusing on attraction management only, and we are not able to focus on other A's that we have considered, like attractions, accommodation, accessibilities. So many A's are there, but here we are considering only this attraction marketing framework. And here in this attraction marketing framework, we have five important points to discuss. Here we are considering the first point, as you can see, destination marketing triangle. So it's my request that you should draw a destination marketing triangle with the help of internal marketing, external marketing, and interactive marketing. Internal marketing, as we know, employees are the part of product. In a hotel, usually, employees are the part of the product. So in internal marketing, how employees are offering, how they are playing an important, it plays an important role, how they are offered. Very often we say these technical qualities and functional qualities. Technical qualities, how do you prepare the food? And functional quality, how do you offer it? For example, you prepare a very good quality food, but at the time of offering, you don't maintain hospitality, the standard, I mean, not at par with the standard, then what will happen? Even if the quality of food is very, very good, people will not recognize your restaurant. So it will happen. That's why this is very, very important. Okay, so internal marketing, and then it is external marketing. As we understand, basically I was discussing about this external marketing. That means, how to formulate destination attractions and say product mix, and then with the help of destination attractions and all such things that I have discussed. And interactive marketing is just, in between. That means fostering direct engagement with tourists through personalized services that people recognize usually. So this is point one, destination marketing triangle that you need to create, and thereafter strategic marketing mind map. Strategic marketing mind map, in which we consider this market segmentation and competitors and situational analysis. For service products, usually both the terms are very, very important. As far as market segmentation is concerned, we know about certain parameters, types of segmentations, and thereafter we consider the situational analysis, maybe with the help of SWOT. I think you all have heard about SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Or maybe certain other methods like STEEP. STEEP is a social, technological, economic, environmental, political. So these types of analysis absolutely for external environment, for understanding of external environment is required, and competitors, their position, that we need to understand when we are offering. So point one was destination marketing triangle. Point two, here we consider strategic marketing mind map. Point three, we consider destination marketing framework, in which we consider resource representation, effective optimizations, and destination brand identity development. So attractions are also called resources in travel and tourism. And so far as this representation is concerned, resource representation is concerned, as I told that this resource representation, it is actually um, is actually helping to identify USP of a particular destinations, culture, heritage, local traditions, or maybe uh, natural, or maybe certain other attraction features that are available. Okay, so resource representation. When we think about destinations like Rajasthan, what are the resources available? Then categorize these resources: cultural resources, natural resources, morphological resources, geological, or maybe your geotourism resources, culture, heritage, traditions, dance, drama, music, folk, lore, so many things. So more you consider, more knowledge you have, and more better USP you can design, or you can present your destination resources. Thereafter, we consider this effective optimization. Here we consider as efficient use of internal uses and appropriations of destinations marketing organization or destination management organizations to achieve desired outcomes. Third point, it is written over here, this destination brand identity development. So the types of tourism you offer, based on which your destinations will gain identity. Identity, you need to create an image, how people perceive from outside, how tourists they perceive. This is the basic difference. And say identity, that if you want to create, for example, I want to create a destination to be known as a cultural tourism destination, then cultural resources I can offer. Quite interesting. The Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, I think you heard about this golden triangle. This Delhi, Agra, Jaipur was basically famous for cultural tourism destinations in India. And when we think about India's northeast, then obviously, quality, natural attracts and features available. If you go to Meghalaya, you will get lot of waterfalls, but these waterfalls are not you can't find in any maybe in West Bengal or in Rajasthan you can't find. So each and every state or destination or maybe a district of can have their own unique I mean attraction feature based on which we prepare unique selling propositions. Then point four is tourism marketing strategy. So you know about this marketing strategy already, and how to focus on this marketing strategy. I think uh, we have. I think you people have heard about these four P's or seven P's in marketing. So these P's are very very important while we are designing strategies. For example, product. Here so far for last half an hour, whatever I have discussed, basically my discussion was based on this point, product. But separately I can design for price. Again I can design for place or distributions. Thereafter this promotion. Promotion means this external marketing part. So previously I was just discussing this previously this part um, this one. Say external marketing. External marketing, it implies, I mean, while we are formulating strategies, we need to consider this promotion. So largely, cover. So far as tourism marketing strategy is concerned, as we are starting with the SWOT is usually required for external environmental analysis and internal environmental analysis. External as well as internal environmental analysis. Strength and weaknesses are usually for internal analysis, and opportunities are threats that we can't usually control. An organization or a destination can't usually control, called external environmental analysis. For this SWOT analysis is important, and thereafter we get this target audience identification. Target audience identification. As I said, whom do you offer your destinations? That means who are your prospective customers. If you overemphasize more on domestic tourists, what will happen? You will get more tourists obviously. Your footfalls will increase, but not per capita expenditure. To increase per capita expenditure of tourists, you need to focus on foreigners, foreign tourist arrivals, more important. Okay, so and nowadays destinations mostly they don't want over tourism. They want less number of uh, tourists with per capita expenditure, with high per capita expenditure. So this is how we can promote. And thereafter, say marketing mix development. As I say, it is very very important. Marketing mix development in which we consider product and then product mix, price and then price mix, then uh, distribution or place, then place mix we can say, and promotional mix. So this is how we can think about it. And then say budget allocation, determining the financial resources required for marketing activities. So marketing is not only about designing and identification of resources and how to promote. So at planning level it is obviously required, but how to get it done. Budget allocation is important. If your allocation is comparatively less, you can't really think about say big promotional campaign and all. So and some certain cost effective approaches are also found. Giving you a very common example, previously when we used to work in a travel agency, they used to offer printed materials. Printed materials were very costly, and nowadays they are sending via WhatsApp. Only printed, I mean, these digital materials they are sending, soft copies they are sending, and this is how they are saving money. And you will get at the I mean, each and everything you will get over there. So this is how we are able to cut short, um, say, promotional experience, promotional expenses. Thereafter, say monitoring and implementation plan, and then monitoring and evaluation, and last but not the least, feedback mechanism. It should be there. For service product, feedback is very important for uniform um, or standardized products or services to be offered in future, because service products are usually heterogeneous, and we need to offer if we want to offer uniform service products, then we need to receive feedback, and about certain updated or most modern feedback mechanisms available. So it's not only about word of mouth communication, it's about maybe certain forms are there, maybe at say online platforms you can use. So this is how we can receive feedback, we can seriously think over it, and we can develop. uh, if you ask for an example, then obviously you just go to the trip advisor. You will get people used to write so many types of feedback, and even feedback or user generated content, we can say UGC also. User generated contents we used to retrieve, and we need to analyze those contents to find out possible service gaps, maybe with respect to a destination, maybe with respect to a particular property whatsoever. So these are very important. Otherwise, just receiving feedback, doing nothing, not thinking over it is, I mean, this is how things will not go. So feedback is a separate point, but whatever we have done, just go for these visual presentations. Point after point you need to consider, and thereafter say 8-step tourism marketing strategy, 8 tourism marketing strategy that we need to focus on. What are these 8 research that is very important for product formulation, even for later stages also? Point 2, as I already shared with you, USP formulation or unique selling proposition formulation. This is very important, and if it is done properly, then half of the problems of a destination planner is solved, we can say. Third point here we say, uh, define clear objectives. Define clear objectives. Objectives should be, say, SMART. SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant, time bound. These are the characteristic features of objectives. Even for any type of research objectives, we want the SMART goals or SMART objectives. There is a small difference between objective and goal, but yes, we should focus on objectives that are usually measurable in nature. Okay, so SMART objectives are very important. Then develop a guest persona. Persona means that means you have to know more about the guests. You have to know more about the guests. So it's not only about certain demographic characteristic features. Even other than demographic characteristic features, we have to know about psychographic characteristic features, then motivational characteristic features, behavioral characteristic features. Now we get in travel and tourism, in hospitality also, we get behavioral researches getting more priority, and that's why this say guest persona or studying demography of tourists or guests, very important. Next point is choose the right marketing channels or distribution channels. That is also very important, and based on which you can reduce cost also. So marketing channels are very important. If you want to offer certain packages, say um, in which physical um, participation is important, then accordingly you have to choose channels. But I have uh, come to know that nowadays, in fact, many virtual travel agencies are also available. So absolutely virtual, even they are offering virtual tour packages, and surprisingly, people are buying. That means people are going nowhere. So they are buying virtual tour packages, experiencing that package, and maybe just to get uh, better experience, gain better experience, certain toolkits or maybe um, certain gadgets, these online operators they are sending. This is how they want to reduce the gap. As I tell you that here experience matters a lot, and in today's world basically there is a contradiction going on, or rather two different dimensions: the technology versus psychology. Psychology means the experience. So people don't want to compromise with the experience, but at the same time they have to opt technologies and technological facilities available. So and if they find that technology may be providing virtual experiences, and now people still they compare the difference between virtual experiences and actual experiences. So actual experience and virtual experiences, we can't say that both are the same. In fact, but what about the hybrid event planners, hybrid tour package operators? Okay, so what are they doing? They are basically they want to reduce these gaps and they want to offer uh, it's a full-fledged. It's not that halfway. That means online option is a plan B option, and always you have to go physically. So it's not. So identification of, again I'm telling, very very important in medical tourism. This online presence performance really important and effective for medical tourism. Whereas one is highly organized, another is very difficult to organize. Okay, so this is how things are going on. Then after preparing demographic profiles, choose the right marketing channels, and thereafter create compelling contents. Compelling contents, again I am telling, high quality, engaging content that showcases destinations, attractions, and experiences. High quality. If you talk about so many things, people will not get. But if you talk less, but at the same time, only perfect words you utter, this is how you can draw the attention. So effective writing, efficient writing nowadays very writing is very important. It was important, uh, but now gaining more importance in marketing and advertisement. As I share, this compelling content. That means high quality contents are required at the same time something engaging. It's not. It should not be a one-way traffic. It should be engaging in nature, and so utilize stunning visuals like immersive videos, informative blogs also there, then compelling storytelling. Next point we can say, implement campaigns and evaluate and optimize. So these are the points we need to consider in mass tourism marketing strategies. These 8 steps are over. Now going back to this product development and through the evolutionary phases. So if you have any question you can ask in the meantime, because so far I am also telling, only I am telling from this end. If you have any question or queries you can ask. Okay, no issue, because time is so limited and I have to finish it off. I will wrap up within time. Uh, so conduct, and thereafter these current trends in tourism products. Again, I am telling here we consider the evolutionary phases. There are different types and forms, but here for our convenience, we are considering mass tourism and alternative tourism. You know about mass tourism, the institutionalized form we can say, another term that we use to imply mass tourism properly, whereas alternative tourism is different. Again, different characteristic features are there, and say from this era of mass tourism and alternative tourism, we find this special interest tourism. During 80s, 1980, S.E. Reed introduced this concept of special interest. Here, interest is the key determinant. People travel for interest only, and there can have, we can have n number of such interests, and based on these interests, we consider different types. But all interests are not equally profitable or feasible to develop and promote. That's why uh, we can have certain lucrative niche or products. We can have certain lucrative special interest tourisms, whereas other interests are absolutely peculiar, and we don't get more number of tourists for that particular interest. Getting my point? Some interests, again I am telling, some interests are following sustainability and sustainable values and principles, whereas others are not doing so. Giving you an example, gems and jewelry tourism. Gems and jewelry tourism or shopping tourism doesn't have connections with sustainability or sustainable values. Whereas while we are offering maybe ecotourism or such other types of tourism, then obviously we are projecting and promoting um, say ecological resources or following sustainabilities. So from out of this era of special interest tourism, we should focus on niche tourism. Nowadays, this term is very important. Different niches coming to light, and 2 points here you try to remember. One is micro, another is macro. So from out of these macro niches, we are getting micro niche also. For example, if ecotourism is a macro niche, then birdwatching may be micro niche. And now then the determinants of current trends in tourism. Determinants of current trends. That means when we consider different products or packages, and if I ask you what are the types of tourism, then really this answer is vague. I mean, the question is vague, and you or me do not have the answer. It is quite difficult to answer to this question because so many different people are traveling for so many different types around the world across the generation. Some interests are nowadays very popular, while others will be popular in future due to these innovative technologies. Nowadays, we are also focusing on virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality. So in future, we can have other options also available, maybe peculiar and in nature, and interest will. Because interest preferences all are changing every time. So nowadays, whatever is interesting may not be that much interesting in future. However, so these are the determinants, and due to the scarcity of time, I am not going to discuss anything more about such certain peculiar types. Only I would like to share that these peculiar interests are absolutely say not not confined to certain numbers. So around the world, these interests are varying, but as for uh, convenience, we are trying to categorize like say emerging radical experiences, in which we consider nomad genealogy expeditions or asteroid crash camping. So people will be traveling for these peculiar reasons also in future, or maybe certain bloodline tourism or ancestral tourism. Ethnicity will be playing an important role. Even dark tourism, we know about it. Dark tourism was a separate niche earlier. Now we get so many different types of micro niches in dark tourism, then salvage diving or artifacts. Then another interesting area is emerging technomatic hybrids, in which we consider rewilding, the self retreats, and then bioacoustic travel or sound safaris, that is also gaining popularity. and hyper slow mobility tours. Under these emerging technometric hybrids, we get these lost river discovery missions. People have certain interest on that. In fact, when we just think about Saraswati River or maybe certain other tributaries that we do not find nowadays, but maybe through this internal drainage system we want to um, check or rediscover, and this is how we can have another type of tourism, or maybe ghost infrastructure walks, or maybe say emerging among these I mean in these emerging ethical disruptions we have say refugee hospitality tours, regenerative urban tours, memory archiving journeys, and then refugee hospitality tours, ocean plastic harvest vacations, or maybe these cemetery restoration retreats, or heritage diving trails. So these are the emerging types. I'm not going to discuss anymore, but these are the types. Yes, another category is emerging meta inner journeys, in which we consider psychogeographic travel or psychogeography tourism. Giving you an example, urban exploration tours that focus on the emotional impact of cityscapes of Varanasi, Madurai, etc. Because these are the ancient cities in India. So, as I already shared, that psychology versus technology, this conflict is going on, and based on which we want to get new tourism products, we can incorporate in our USP, and this is how we can increase number of product lines, length, breadth, width. So, this is how we can enrich our USP, and we can have new destinations or products or facilities or services to offer. Okay, due to the scarcity of time, I am not going to discuss any more. I had many other, PPTs available, but with an interesting video, I will wrap up over here. Just think over it. As I share, that products or the types of products are not really confined to any particular number, and we can have more different types of products available. Here you just see the um, most popular now, we can say, negative, due to this negative promotion, this terroristic attack, Pahalgam. So I visited Pahalgam during 2022. Yes, in 2022 I visited Pahalgam, and one of this picture, this snap was taken by me, and I what I want to share over here, that I found some tour guides. They were projecting and promoting their destinations through certain Bollywood pictures. And while they were taking us to these destinations, you just have a look of these still pictures. Then I will show how these are. Just a minute, uh, because I will wrap up very soon. Just a minute. Madam, are you able to see the screen?
Dr.
Hello?
Devasis,
Yes, yes. Yes, sir. Tell me.
uh, Dr. Devasis, thank you so much. Thank you very much. The topic was covered nicely with a lot of our awarenesses, and I hope those who will go through this station, they will be really benefited, and we shall be uh, long associated with you all, and me and my team wish to, whenever you make a plan to visit Udaipur, please do come.
Okay, sir.
All right.
So what?
And
Yes, yes,
you
yes. My presentation is almost over. My presentation is almost over. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and I hope that we all and our students and whoever will go through the session, they will be really benefited. So now, uh, Professor Shailesh will come in the.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Now, Dr. Mehendi, hello, hello,
Yes, sir.
madam. Actually, this topic is really holistic, and
Okay.
I've shared, yes, yes, so much. I mean, due to the scarcity of time, whatever I could
Yes.
manage, I have shared, and this is
Okay.
what I believe that students can think over it and
Okay.
think quite better.
Yes.
If they have any questions, they can ask.
Okay, sir. Just a minute, sir.
So good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
My name is Salish Kumar Matthew. I'm an assistant professor in Pacific Institute of Hotel Management as in front office department, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
thank
first of
you.
all, on the behalf of Pacific Institute of Hotel Management, it is a great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the conclusion on this insightful session on the sustainable tourism. First and the foremost, I extend the heartfelt gratitude to our guest, Dr. Devashish sir, as a speaker
Thank you.
and our panelist. Your expert insight, inspiring ideas, and the passionate advocacy have truly broadened our understanding of how tourism can evolve in harmony with the environment, local communities, and the future generations. A sincere thank you to our organizer and our sincerely most dedicated our Dr. Mehendi Sharma ma'am, who has really has she has given such a lot of effort to this to do this session on the tourism basis, sir. And to make this session a successful, your efforts in bringing together minds from our diverse backgrounds have made this a valuable learning experience for all of us, sir. To our audience, thank you for your attentive participations, thoughtful questions, and the commitments to becoming a more conscious and responsible travelers. As we move forward, sir, let us all remember that the sustainability is not a destination but a journey. May the idea we shared today continue to spark action and change, both personally and collectively. Once again, thank you all for making this session meaningful and impactful. Have a wonderful day ahead, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सो मच सर.
Thank
थैंक्स
you.
वंस अगेन. आपने हमारे लिए इतना इम्पोर्टेंट अपना टाइम निकाला. वन थिंग, मैं आपसे फ्यूचर में भी हम आपसे कनेक्टेड रहेंगे और फ्यूचर में भी हम आपकी हेल्प लेते रहेंगे. राइट नाउ अगेन थैंक यू सो मच ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ पैसिफिक इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ होटल मैनेजमेंट. और अगर पॉसिबल हो तो सर ये पीपीटी आप मुझे पर्सनली व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं.
That I can share. That I can
जी
share.
जी जी जी.
Okay.
And
Yes.
again, thank you so much. Have a nice day,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
10 सेकंड 10-20 सेकंड ये ऑटोमेटिक लोड होगा यूट्यूब पे.
अब last में थोड़ा
हो गया सर, शानदार हो गया सर. एंड स्ट्रीम होकर के यहाँ पर ना
end stream.
अब ये यूट्यूब बना
नहीं, ये YouTube पे automatically
ये अभी
upload
अभी
होगा,
टाइम
सर.
दे रहा है सर. ये अभी अपलोड करेगा और ये यूट्यूब पे चला जाएगा.
इसमें आ जाएगा, किसमें आएगा ये?
ये